My favorite player probably on the team at this point is none other than Tre'Von Moehrig. Trey Mo, man, dog, I'm about to get that jersey this year. The Panthers signed Tre'Von Moehrig to a 3-year, $51 million deal with hopes that he would bring some versatility, attitude, just a mean streak and punch to this defensive unit. The modern NFL, we know everybody's running 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 13 personnel, going heavy with personnel, but passing out of it. Seattle made a killing off of that this year because what teams try to do, they try to match up with that. When you go 11, when you go 12 or 13 with one back and 2 tight ends or 3 tight ends, people want to match that. They think you're going heavy. They think you're going to run. They're going to put their base defense on there. They're going to put more linebackers on the field. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna bring in 3 tight ends, but we're gonna run spread. We're not gonna run double wings. We're gonna run spread. And then isolate these linebackers that aren't used to being in coverage and take full advantage. That's where this movement here of the star position is. Now, Bucky Brooks from NFL Network and NFL.com wrote an article about the top 5 star players in the NFL. Now, stars are characterized as guys that are like these hybrid safeties. They have to play deep safety. They have to play in the slot. They have to play in the block box. They're blitzers. They play some linebacker every so often. They even line up on the edge. And Tre'Von Moehrig was now ranked at number 5. Number 5, which is great because we paid a lot of money for him. He was a top priority for the Carolina Panthers last offseason, and he was a big difference maker. The alignment versatility for him is insane. 15% at free safety, just shy of 20% at strong safety. At linebacker, he was 25%, a little over 25% of the time. In the slot, right at 30%. And then on the D line, he almost hit 10% at 9.5%. The brother took over 100 snaps on the D line. That's crazy work. The guy is just everything lines up everywhere and excels there. He led all NFL safeties in stops, which means a play that you make that constitutes a failure for the offense. He was second in the NFL safeties with 3 sacks and 5th with 14 quarterback pressures. A lot of people want to criticize him, and shout out to my guy Rob and Real Ball Watcher on Twitter. They criticize Moehrig for his completion percentage surrendered. But most of the time, as you can see, he's in the slot, so he's covering checkdowns. And so the guys are going to make plays and catch the ball, but he's getting coverage stops. He led the NFL, in secondary at least, in coverage stops because when the guys get the ball and catch it, he's stopping them for minimal gains, and it constitutes a failure for them. Let's go to the film and show you exactly the versatility that Tre'Von Moehrig brings to the table. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If you are watching, let's get into some of this tape of Tre'Von Moehrig. This video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picking app. It's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is pick more or less on your favorite player stats, put 2 or more together, and look, you're going to cash out and win. And we are knee deep in the World Cup, on to the knockout stage. But look, I'm a casual soccer fan, but I've been keeping it pretty simple and going off the guys that I know, especially my guy Ronaldo. You can see here, I used a slip and cashed out on him thanks to some beautiful promos that Prize Pick has been going on with. And again, as things get real, I'm sticking to my guns that I know. Mbappe, Messi, I'm going with Kane. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that I know are going to have the ball when it matters the most down the stretch and really get some shots on goal and potentially some goals as well. So I'm keeping it pretty straightforward as the World Cup starts to heat up. So right now, Prize Picks is doing a sign-up promotion for guys that are watching the channel here. Use the code HMA down at the link below, and you're going to get $50 in bonus lineups when you put in your first $5 entry. So go ahead and get it on with the game of soccer and sign up with Prize Picks. Shout out to them for sponsoring the video. So here we are against the Packers. He's going to be in a slot again against the quads formation. And here he is just going to be a flat defender. And what they're going to do, similar to what we saw earlier with Nick Scott, is they're going to run a little screen. And Moehrig is going to recognize this, get downhill immediately, maintain outside leverage, collision with the receiver, and just completely drop this dude. Not an easy guy to get down. He's in trouble with the law right now, but not an easy guy to get down. But Moehrig, one-on-one, open field, grabs him. Shout out to Scorer for helping get him down. But again, that's going to be a completion on the stat sheet. But Moehrig is a guy that minimized the gains. Here he is, Moehrig right here. When you're playing against guys like Christian McCaffrey that in space on these checkdowns, they're killing you with yards. Hell of a tackle to sweep the leg and get him down for no gain. Again, not an easy play to make against Christian McCaffrey. We know this from personal experience. Boom, gets him down. Just closes the airspace so fast. The ability to get downhill out of the breaks and make violent tackles. This is one of the best players in the NFL on defense, man. One of the best guys at his position playing that star versatile role. He can do it in coverage a little bit too. This is not where you want him to make a living. He's a lot better covering going vertical than he is horizontally side to side. Gave up some plays against tight ends and receivers who separated horizontally from him, but going deep, he's fluid enough in the hips to be able to make some things happen. But I want to show something right here in the slot here, how he was able to get a little bit of work here, being able to play some press in the slot. Does a good job staying attached, good jam, doesn't get targeted, but just a good rep overall, being able to stay patient and stay attached, be physical. That's the next step for him. To be able to play a little bit more on-ball man coverage, we can put him at nickel more in certain personnel. It'll feel a lot better. Here he is in the slot carrying against a big body tight end. Again, carrying vertical, staying attached on the hip pocket, squeezing, nowhere for the quarterback to throw to. Excuse me. Good play by him. Here he is in the slot once again against the Jets. Doesn't get targeted here. But as they go deep, the guy goes inside. Great speed turn. Still able to stay in phase with him. Good play. Good movement skills. Let's run it again. Good movement skills. Able to stay in phase with him. Boom. Jabs inside. Still attached to the hip. Doesn't get the target, but still runs with him. Good job. Let's talk about him in deep coverage. Here he is right here. Gets some mic'd up for it. Was even better. But again, being able to get that depth, reading the quarterback's eyes, knowing what they want to go vertical, and seeing, being deeper than the deepest man. This is a horrible decision by Love, but we'll take it anyway. This is how games are won. Good job by Moehrig, man, making a play. Here he is again, scrimmage at edge. We're running that 3-4. Look, 1, 2, 3 linemen. We're 4. Look, you're getting nickel personnel, but again, look, 1, 2 tight ends, a receiver, and a running back. 12 personnel. You would think people would match up going a little bit heavier. Maybe we're in our regular base 3-4 where we have 2 outside line or 4 linebackers. But nah, we bring Moehrig in and we bring in Ramsey because of your lack of size. We got some help and support with Derrick Brown. But you can set the edge. They try to run that direction. You get outside, stay outside. They try to block you with a receiver. He tries to bounce. You're not having any of that. Just the discipline and ability, again, being able to show a 3-4 look, but using your safety as an edge rusher. This is amazing what you can do when you have that versatility from a guy like him. You can stay and play the personnel you want to. Usually, again, going against 2 tight ends, you may go heavier. But we can match up how we want to because Moehrig can play the edge. Here we go. In nickel personnel again, we got Shaw Smith-Wade at safety, Nick Scott here, and you got Moehrig here lined up on the edge. Again, looking a traditional 3-4 look. Look, we have a 5-man front, 2 linebackers. It looks like a 3-4, but you have the X factor here on the edge of the line of scrimmage. They're going to run play action and try to run some boot action towards him. He's not having it. Again, 15 pressures this year, 3 sacks. Here's one of them. Great job coming off the edge, staying disciplined. Has the athleticism a little bit better and moving ability better than a regular edge. So when he's able to blitz, quarterbacks can't make a miss. Quarterbacks can't make a miss because he's coming vertical, coming unblocked. Nowhere for Sam to go. Huge loss and game-changing play. Again, the versatility to be able to give us the tools to match it how we want to. Here we go against the Falcons. Again, another 2 tight end set by them. What do? We go nickel. We got 4 D linemen here, 2 linebackers, but you got Tre'Von Moehrig at linebacker here in the box. They're going to try to run his way. Boom. Takes off of London. Not an easy play to make against Bijan Robinson, but easily gets him down here because physical play, takes on the block, beats the contact, gets in the backfield. Nick Scourton is there to help as well. Just great play all around, man. The versatility he brings. In the box here again, look. You're in what, dime? You got 1 linebacker on the field, but you got Moehrig as the one in the box. You got 6 DBs on the field with 1, 2, 3, 4 D linemen. But Moehrig is that quasi linebacker. He can be in the box for you and be that linebacker. He's going to take, there's going to be a lineman climbing to the second level. He's going to avoid and make the play in the hole. Again, linebacker, like a bit of confident at 202 pounds to be able to line up, forms up Achan, whatever his name is. Whatever his new pronunciation is, but the ETN is Achan, whatever. But again, lined up, formed him up. He can play linebacker style as well. Whatever you need him to do, he can do it for you. As a blitzer, let's look at where he makes some real money. He'll line up in the slot over a tight end, does a good job of bluffing, times it up perfectly, gets a free run right up the middle. Another sack by him, one of the 3 on the year. He missed 2 that day, but still got there. But again, just the versatility to disguise it and time it up perfectly to be able to come free. Great design blitz by Ejiro. Great job. Here he is against the Saints. They got away with one. This would have been a huge safety if he was able to do this. It was actually a smart play by the quarterback. But again, not being able to show this lineman, he sees all this going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these guys lined up showing blitz. That's a lot of hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys showing blitz. These guys, they're looking all across the board, but Moehrig does a good job right here disguising, times it up perfectly to go inside off the edge, comes unblocked because Scourton does a good job taking up 2 blockers. He's our best blitzer on the team by far, better than any linebacker we had in terms of blitzing. And so it's unfortunate that he was the only one we had to use, and it became obvious at times when we lined up in certain formations that he was going to blitz because he was clear and obviously our best guy at getting home. Look, he was lucky to get this off and lucky they wasn't grounding because he got it to the running back. Smart play by him, knowing the running back was in the area. Still got him down in the end zone, man. Great play by Moehrig. Here he is again going against Baker Mayfield and them. Off the edge, disguising it. They even see him coming, but you try to block him with the undersized Bucky Irvin. He's way bigger than Bucky Irvin. He's bigger than that. A back on the back, a defensive back on a running back. He's bigger than Mighty Mouse. Again, watch Baker. Watch Baker. You see that? Baker knew he was coming. He didn't even disguise it bad this time. Look at Baker. Baker's pointing at Bucky, said, hey, come up on the edge. He's coming. I know we got to fake this handoff, but just go get him. Moehrig slows down a little bit. Still, boom, physical. Runs through Bucky Irvin's face and puts the undersized quarterback on the ground. Moehrig is a monster, dog. Monster. And again, one of the most important pieces of our defense that may put us in the upper echelon of being able to do things of the modern NFL, of just the versatility, from the versatility that he brings. The ability to line up everywhere. He's special. And so I just think that his impact, man, he's been worth every penny. And I just think that what we're able to do this year, if we can get more coverage on ball with him, I think we did a lot to protect him in terms, like I said, giving up separation horizontally. If he can get a little bit better on that, covering in the slot, it'll take us to even more of another level because of his ability to be able to not have to hide him. And so with Corey Thornton being there in that nickel, what we do, we'll put him at nickel, put Corey Thornton at the deep safety when Moehrig's in the slot. I'm just excited for the potential and, like, again, became probably my favorite player on the team. Again, I like Brooks. When Brooks starts doing his Brooks thing, he's going to probably be that guy. But Moehrig is my favorite defender, no doubt. No doubt. Happy to have him on the team.